Itachi Uchiha versus Madara Uchiha. Who would win in this battle of legends? Hey, what's going on, people? Anime Analyst here with another episode of Battle of Legends. Now today we'll be pitting Mangekyo Sharingan Itachi Uchiha versus Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan Madara Uchiha. Now in this fight, each character will be 100% healthy and unmodified, as in being natural. That means Madara doesn't get the Senju DNA / the Hashi cells. He's basically natural. So if you want a particular Madara to look at in terms of what I'm using, it's the Madara that fought Hashirama at the Valley of the End. That's the Madara that's going to be in this battle. So that being said, I'm going to get into a quick overview of each character, then we're going to discuss who would win in this battle. Starting off with Itachi Uchiha. He was a prodigy of Konoha's Uchiha clan, and he was infamous for killing his entire clan, along with being part of the criminal organization known as the Akatsuki. Personality wise, he was an extremely wise / insightful person and an overall pacifist, which meant that he didn't enjoy violence and felt violence was not needed, and would basically stop himself from fighting anytime he could. He was a very selfless individual, and he thought about others' sake in the bigger picture before himself. So he wasn't selfish, and it was said that he had a Hokage mindset from a young age because of his selflessness. He thought of the bigger picture. In terms of his skill set, as I stated before, Itachi was a prodigy of a ninja, even within the elite Uchiha clan. I mean, this dude blew through the ninja ranks, and most notably, he became a Anbu captain at the age of 13. So that's really serious shit. He's very skilled in taijutsu with astounding speed and reflexes that even Sharingan users had a hard time keeping up with. He's even faster than Sasuke Uchiha, Sasuke is known to be very fast. Itachi was faster than him. An example of his taijutsu skills was when he was questioned about Shisui's death, and he actually took on 3 Sharingan Konoha military police officers all at once. He took them on all at once and took them down with a breeze. Itachi had strong chakra, but he actually had low chakra reserves, which is why he basically never had drawn out long prolonged battles. He always ended the battle as quickly as he could because he had low chakra reserves, but his chakra was very strong. Side note, he also hated fighting, and when he did have to fight, he usually held back, and even when he held back, he made people basically push to their limits. This can be seen if you remember in Naruto part 1, where Itachi fought the Hidden Leaf Jonin, Kakashi, Asuma, and Kurenai in part 1. He basically took all of them on at once and just decimated them, even leaving Kakashi hospitalized. In terms of nature transformations, Itachi is fluent in fire, water, wind, yin and yang release. He was a genjutsu specialist via the Sharingan, and was able to lock opponents in genjutsu through eye contact and through indirect contact that would leave them basically incapacitated or just knocked out for days on end. He was a ninja tool expert. He was a shuriken expert at that, and he was fluent with a sword. So kenjutsu, that's what he used to take down the whole Uchiha clan. He used his Anbu katana. So he's very, very well versed in sword. Most notable Mangekyo Sharingan techniques that Itachi had were Amaterasu, Shikiomi, Izanami, Izanagi, Susanoo with the Tatsuka blade, and the Yata mirror, which basically made him invincible. And his intelligence factor, he was highly intelligent and observant. He's probably one of the smartest characters in the entire series. He always stayed calm in fights, and it had just allowed him to fight at his full potential, and he made minimal, little chance of error whenever he was in fights. He always made precise moves. Okay, so going on to Madara Uchiha, he was one of the most notable leaders of the Uchiha clan and the co-founder of the Hidden Leaf village. He actually even gave the village its name, the Hidden Leaf. So he was known as the ghost of the Uchiha, who fell to the Uchiha curse of hatred after his brother Izuna died, and he eventually turned against the village. So just like Sasuke, he was born with Indra's chakra, Indra Otsutsuki. He was basically the incarnation before Sasuke, so just keep that in mind. He was infamous for his role in manipulating various people to fulfill the Moon's Eye plan and cast the infinite Tsukuyomi on the world. Personality wise, Madara was a very emotional driven person and quite merciless, but he was a kind of slight perfectionist, but he still kept his mind open. So he's like, his personality is very weird to like explain, but he was a very emotional person if you just try to cover it in a total if you try to cover it in total. He was just very emotional. He was very confident in his abilities, and he was very flashy with his techniques, and quite often he was a fair person in battle, meaning that he would challenge himself to not use a technique more than once. So technically Madara wouldn't allow himself to spam techniques, because he actually loved battle so much that he just wanted to switch stuff up and not be like a cheesehead. So yeah, Madara was a battle addict. In terms of Madara's skill set, as you know, Madara was basically one of the most gifted shinobi of all time, and he was the only person who could rival the god of shinobi, Hashirama Senju. He was the only one who could rival his strength. He had a very powerful evilish chakra and extremely large chakra reserves that allowed him to fight at least 24 hours before being like completely drained out. So his endurance was fucking just unrealistic. He was very skilled in taijutsu. This was seen when he fought hundreds on thousands, it might have been thousands of allied shinobi in the 4th Great Ninja War. When he was first revived, he took on hundreds of them, and his speed and just reaction time was very well demonstrated when he fought all of them. Ninjutsu wise, he was very heavy on that, and in terms of his fighting style, he was a master. He knew a whole bunch of ninjutsus. He was specialized in fire style just like all the Uchiha, but he was a very well versed ninjutsu user. You all know that he was skilled in weapon use, including the gunbai, the scythe, the swords, etc. So he's very well versed in weapon combat. He used all 5 basic nature releases plus yin and yang. He was an advanced sensor type that could sense people from like countries away, and he could even determine what type of species they were. His notable eternal Mangekyo Sharingan abilities were Perfect Susanoo, Magatama, and Izanagi. Those were the very well notable ones. And just a side note, he had the straight pattern Mangekyo, which allowed Madara to move more fluently and with more fluidity in his combat movements. So this is just a note from what we saw in the series. So I don't know if he just considers EMS a straight pattern or the actual pattern, but yeah. Alright, so with all that information being said about the 2 contestants in this fight, here's the verdict. If these 2 fought, I can say right off the bat that it wouldn't be some long drawn out battle. They are completely opposite people. Madara is obsessed with fighting, while Itachi basically loathes fighting. Itachi's gonna want to get the battle done as quickly as possible, considering his chakra reserves are not the largest, they're very weak. But if they fought, here's the key basically factors that would be inside this fight. So Itachi is the faster of the 2, so considering that Itachi is faster than Sasuke, Madara would just have a hard time keeping up with Itachi, considering that Madara could barely keep up with, he kind of kept up with Sasuke, but Itachi's chakra reserves are very low and Madara's are very huge. This would play a huge role in the battle. If that would make Itachi push for a very fast pace, well, not fast pace, but he would try to end the battle as quickly as possible, considering that he knows Madara had huge chakra reserves. And also one other thing, Itachi knows a lot about Madara, but Madara doesn't know a lot about Itachi. So Madara might not know about Itachi's abilities and stuff, but Madara is literally history, so a lot of people know about his abilities. All of y'all may say Madara's Susanoo is huge, he has the perfect Susanoo, he could just slice Itachi fucking like out of here, bro. Do you understand that Itachi has the Yata mirror, which basically deflects any physical and or chakra attack? Anything, it can block anything. He's basically invincible, paired with the the sword that Itachi's Susanoo has, the Tatsuka blade. It's basically seals instant hit, basically a one-hit KO for Madara if he gets hit by it. But you got to consider that they both have Izanagi, because they can basically both get one restart since they both know how to use Izanagi. Itachi is the smarter of the two. Madara is still a battle genius though, even though Itachi could easily outsmart Madara. So I think that Itachi would basically be able to take advantage of Madara's personality and catch him off guard completely. In terms of Genjutsu, that would not be present in the battle at all, because Madara is not the type of person who would actually scoop down to the level of using Genjutsu. Long range, it'd be kind of equal, considering that Itachi has the Magatamas, Madara has the Magatamas, but Itachi has a Matarasu, so they would both be kind of equal with the long range. But Madara does have the range with the perfect Susanoo, considering that shit is fucking huge. But at the same time, the perfect Susanoo could be a giant target for the Tatsuka blade, because Itachi is known for catching people off guard with the Tatsuka blade, so he could basically bait Madara into using the perfect Susanoo, getting comfortable, and then Itachi's Susanoo can be existent without him being inside of it, as he saw when he sealed Nagato when he got revived. So I definitely think that the Tatsuka blade is one very huge factor in one-shotting Madara. So even though he can use Izanagi, Itachi could very much just outsmart Madara and just use that to his advantage and just take him down. So mostly a battle of skill and precision, since Madara basically just, like, he doesn't like fighting recklessly, but he's just very cocky and just fucking arrogant. So I just think that I think it would be close. It would be more of a battle of intelligence, but I feel Itachi would win this fight, because he's just a pure battle genius. He's so strategic and error-free in what he does that he would take advantage of Madara's emotions and persona. And Itachi is basically invincible with the Tatsuka blade and the Yata mirror. Even Zetsu said this. He's basically invincible. Like, you can't touch him. If you want to get up close with the perfect Susanoo, you can just get one-shotted and you're dead. Like, sealed. Over. So it's like, without the Yata mirror and the Tatsuka blade, Madara would easily just decimate Itachi. But even though he has smarts, but that intelligence plus the Tatsuka blade and the Yata mirror actually just give Itachi the edge over EMS Madara. Now with Sage 6 Pass Madara and all the steroid enhanced Madara, he would easily win against Itachi. But in a natural battle, Itachi would win, hands down. Tell me your thoughts down below in the comments. Do you agree with this? And see you guys on the next episode of Battle of Legends.